Hey YouTube, so today I'm going to be talking about Bye Bye Night on Roblox, and I'm going to be talking about how the gameplay is, and I'll be ranking the new survivor kits and the killers. So let's get right into it. So gameplay, I think the gameplay is pretty well good actually. If you're talking about like the animations, the textures, balancing, I think balancing was a big one. Balancing is pretty good in this game because a lot of people said that, oh, this game is killer base. Well, I think that this game has to be killer base because like it's a 1v6, so like it has to be killer base or else like the killer is never gonna win. And I think they did a good job for balancing killers too, because they have all these like killer like Springtrap and the project and the other killers, and I think they all pretty well balanced if you're comparing them to on release, because they just not reworked, but they nerfed how they nerfed Springtrap. I know that for a fact, but I didn't really read the updates, but I know they nerfed a lot of the killers. And yeah, and I'm not really I didn't read the update, but the update just happened today. So yeah, and I think the game is pretty well fit comparing to Forsaken and Violent District. It's really good to see how like new killer and survivor game can be as big as it is now. Like this game is hitting like 200k players, which I think that's crazy, yo, if you're comparing it to the other game. And yeah, I think gameplay overall is pretty good. There's some like bugs that I discovered when playing this game. It was like how Springtrap, he was charging at me through the door, and then he someone hit me through the door, and I was low-key, I was tweaking out. And then I think another bug was, I think, changing your classes. Sometimes I can't able to change my class and I have to leave and rejoin. I think that is pretty annoying sometimes. But I think that's overall only the two bugs that I found, which is pretty good for a game that just released 2 days ago. So yeah, I think it's pretty good overall for the gameplay. Alright, let's get into the rankings. Alright, I think in my opinion, this is the best survival kit of all. Medic, I think Medic is the strongest one right now, because it's just really annoying when there's two of them in the game. When there's two of them, they can literally heal everyone so fast. And Medic is, and they can also heal themselves too, so like they can just run and like heal themselves, which kind of just annoying too. And they heal a lot. That's what makes it worse. Like I remember only seeing one Medic that I played against. They were healing me like at least 40 HP, and that's overpowered, yo. 40 HP, that should not be it, yo. I'm hoping that it gets nerfed, because as a killer, that is really annoying. And yeah, I think Medic is one of the strongest one right now. And number two, I think the customer is very annoying to go up against you. I know it's the default class, but I feel like people sleep on it because people think that, oh, it's a starter kit. But I think being able to eat pizza and heal 20% back your HP is, you can't really go wrong with that, honestly. Yeah, that's just very good for staying alive. And you have a soda can that refills your whole energy bar, which is pretty good. And I think that fits perfectly that fits perfect as a runner if you're like trying to stall out the killer a little bit for the time. And number three, I think number three has to go to security officer. I think security officer is pretty good. Good in some scenarios because of the lack of range. Not the lack of range. It's the lack of distance, because the killer is still able to move towards you while during the stun. And if you don't have enough range, then like you're gonna get hit no matter what. And yeah, so but if you're good with it, like if you keep your range and your stun at a pretty good distance, then you're chilling. Like it's honestly pretty good if you're like, if you see your teammate running around and needing help. And yeah, and I think it's a good stun to help out your teammate. If you're and it's not just your teammate too, it can also help you in some scenarios too. It can help you like regen your energy bar if you're stunning them, which is pretty useful. But that depends, because a lot of the times you don't have enough distance to shoot your enemy. So yeah, I give that for number 3. And number 4, I know people are gonna like they're gonna like talk about this and argue about this. I don't know, but I put number 4 as fighter. I know I seen a lot of people use fighter, and fighter is, it's a 50-50 kit. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, its charge swing is really, really good, but for you to use your charge swing, you have to parry them, because that's how you get your charges and swings. And if you miss your parry, oh, you're cooked, yo. You're cooked. And yeah, so like, yeah, parrying, you really have to read your opponent, and if you miss, then you're gonna get hit no matter what. And then if you're able to land your parry, then you're set. And then you also get another stun move too, because you get another charge swing, which is pretty nice. But the reason why I put this on number 4, because it's kind of a gamble if you're playing against a really good killer. Like, if they're really patient, and like you can't really read them as good as like newbies, or yeah, as new players. And yeah, I think I put that number 4 because it is a really risky class. But just because I'm putting number 4 doesn't mean it's a bad class. It's still a pretty good class if you're really good with it. And yeah, I think that's all for the rankings for survival. Alright, now I'm gonna get into the killer class. So the killer class, I think for number 1, I don't know what the nerfs are. I'm gonna just go off like the first day when this game came out. So I think the strongest class, it's gotta be the project, yo. It's gotta be the project. I'm gonna be a little biased here, because like I haven't really seen anyone use the doppelganger, so I don't really know. But actually I do know, but like it was after the update, so I don't really know how overpowered he was, or because after the update they nerfed a lot of the killers and I think survivals too, but I'm not so sure, so I have to look at it. And yeah, so yeah, number 1 is gotta be the project. I think one thing they can probably nerf is his drill move, the one that goes underground and he's basically invisible. I think they should give us enough more time for us to react, because the screen shake, that's the only cue that you know that he's invisible. We don't have enough time to like react and get out, because like it's a full AoE circle, so like we can't, it's literally guaranteed damage. So I think nerf that, honestly. And I think his lunge move, I think it's pretty cool mechanic, the lunge move, because like I think it makes the game more scarier when they jump over walls or fences, and I think it's pretty cool. And number 2, I think I think number 2 has got to be the doppelganger. I think that killer I feel like is really good, because I think being able to switch bodies with dead people, which I think it's hard to keep up if you're playing with randoms, but if you're playing with friends or with good survivals, like they're gonna know like you're not the real one. But I think it's still pretty good, because like you have minions, and those are really annoying. Those are basically spring traps, but they're movable. So I think those are really good. And the grab move for the doppelganger is really good, because it's kind of like the axe move, but better, honestly, because it pulls them in and it's a free swing on them, which makes them have to run. which makes them have to use up more stamina. So I think that's really useful compared to the axe throw. The axe throw is still pretty good too for the spring trap. And then I think spring trap is gotta be number 3. The spring trap is still really good. The problem is, like, I promise you, like, just because number 3 doesn't mean it's bad. Like, spring trap is really good actually. Like, if you're comparing them to the other killers, like, I think one of his strongest moves, it's gotta be the axe throw. The axe throw is so annoying to go up against. Like, if you're playing against someone that is good at aiming, that's really good, yo. I feel like that is really annoying too, because the axe throw is really overpowered, and I feel like the traps shouldn't despawn. I feel like the traps shouldn't despawn. I feel like the traps should be able to be picked up, or be picked up. So like it has an infinite lifetime. And I think his blind move too. The blind move is really annoying. And yeah, I'm just looking through the gameplay right now, and yeah, the blind move, it is really useful because like if you're playing someone that doesn't know the map very well, then it fits in your favor. And yeah, and I think all the moves for spring trap is really useful, honestly, and you can't really go wrong with them. So yeah, and I think that's it for the video, guys. I think overall this game is really well fit, and the survivor too, and killers. And I think that would be all for today, guys. Thank you so much.